I was in a car accident, a slight, actually, a small fender bender, and it wasn't. Thank God it was small because what hit me was a semi. Yeah, let's get into it. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Amber Ray. Thank y'all so very much for clicking on this video. I so totally 100% appreciate the love and the support. So yes, I was serious. I got in a fender bender with a huge semi. But before I get into that, let me give you a little backstory because I feel like this had everything to do with it, okay? All right. 15 years ago, I had a dream. And I'm not a big dreamer. But something was happening in this year that it seemed like every time I dreamt something, the dream came to like fruition. And I was like, okay, Lord, what are you trying to tell me? And the dream was, I just remember this like it was yesterday because I woke up, I looked at Patrick and I was like, he said, what? I said, I just had this dream that I was cussing out a white woman. He was like, what? I said, yes, I was cussing a white woman out, like all strong. Like, I don't even say those words anymore. That's not even who I am. Like, oh my God, seriously? Child, yeah. And I just remember being so furious and so angry at the white lady. And I don't know what her eye color looked like, what her hair looked like. I just know that this was a white woman. And I wanted to know even in my dream. I'm like asking myself, like, girl, chill, what'd she do to you? It was the day after my birthday. So my baby was 3 months old. That's it. So we are taking a family trip to go get some pizza so that we can come home and do movie night in the house. We grab the pizza. We have our family dog with us as well. Okay. In the van, we had a little minivan and we all packed up. It's a little cold. We all warm. Everybody's good. The dog is good. Baby is settled. I'm driving. You know, we're singing, driving, dancing along, and they're having a good time. We're excited. The dog is smelling the pizza. I remember Patrick saying, "No, Gracie," and she just hops back into her spot and sits. And I noticed the light changed yellow, and there was a couple of cars speeding through it. The other car decided, I'm not going to speed through the yellow light like normal people do. That's probably yellow means slow down, not speed up. I was anticipating somebody in front of me to speed up. 2 cars in front of me. The first person stops right at the yellow light. Car behind them stops. I'm next. I got this. I'm stopping. I look in the rearview mirror. God, she gonna hit us. She's not stopping. She's not stopping. Oh God, boom. And it bumped us like a big, huge jolt. We all went forward. My van ended up on the other side of the street. I was like, oh my God. So put it in park. The kids are screaming. The twins screaming their heads up. They was in the third row. See, they seatbelts are off. Before I could take my seatbelt off and ask them, are they okay? They in my face. I'm like, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's okay. Okay. You okay? Are you hurt? You know, I'm asking questions, checking on the baby. The baby okay? The baby feels nothing. The baby is fine. She didn't feel a thing. She's resting peacefully. She's good. Okay. The dog is in the front seat eating the pizza that fell on the floor. She's good. Patrick gets out. Mind you, this dude, he's 6'1". He used to play football. I like football men, okay? I like football men, all right? So he get out the car. He swelled up. And mind you, I've never seen this man like this. But he always let me know I'm protecting us. The first thing he does is get out the car, turn to me, stay in the car. Like, boy, you know I'm not finna stay in the car. But check on these kids first. So he slams the door. What the like, and he's just going off. I hear nothing else. Because at that moment, I was like, okay, y'all good? I get out and I slam my door. Hold up. I'm saying everything ungodly like the dream. Doesn't hit me yet. I don't care. Who did this? Why? Why would you do that? Da, da, da. But at this moment, Patrick he calmed himself down quick. That's because the shotgun passenger, he already met Patrick. So this is a man. I'm thinking it's the man that hit us. And he tall too, but he's like tall and slinky. I'm like, how could y'all sit here and not even pay attention? I got my kids in the car, my dog in the car, I got a baby in the car. And I'm going all the way off. Mind you, this was a white man, right? The dream is not connecting. He said, I am so, so sorry. We're so sorry. We didn't know that everyone is stopping. He's like, is everybody okay? Oh my God, is the baby okay? And like, he's so overly concerned, right? Okay. Come to find, the man goes back, does whatever. Patrick is talking to me now. Didn't I tell you to stay in the car? Don't you know that there's something I would never do? Like if you in the line of fire, we in the line of fire together. Like what? Bonnie and Clyde, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Do you not understand the kind of wife you have, bro? Get it together. So Patrick then proceeds to tell me it wasn't the man who was driving. It was his wife, who is also of Caucasian descent. They also had their 3 boys, young boys in the car as well. Everybody was fine. Maybe it was 2 boys because she was pregnant. I didn't see a pregnant white woman in my dreams, Lord. When he told me all of that, I felt so stupid. I said, I'm gonna go sit in the car. I did. I was like, are you okay? And she was just bawling her eyes out. I'm like, so, side note, we later find out that this man, he's a youth pastor. Oh, God. How to cuss out a youth pastor? I am so like, and it just had eaten me up for the longest, like for years. I'm like, God, you gave me a test and I failed it. Nothing like that had ever happened again. I had never been in another accident and I was grateful. I've had a lot of close calls but I'm a very defensive driver, especially since then, 15 years later, with the baby, my middle child. She's 15 years old. She was in the car the first time as a 3-month-old. This time, it's just me and her, 15 years later. That morning, though, before going to work, I was really early. And there was this song that I was like, oh, this is a nice song. It was a godly song, and it hit my spirit. And I had pulled over to a park. I was like, oh, I got time. And I felt like I needed to get out and just worship God. And that's what I was doing. I had about 10 minutes glorifying. I was out in nature. It was beautiful. I was crying. I felt him with me. I go on with my day. I had a half a day of work because my baby had to go to the dentist. I pick her up from school. We go to the dentist. It was a quick little thing. I'm taking you back to school. On the way back to school, we find ourselves at a red light, waiting for our light to turn green. There's a semi that I'm behind. I've had my fair share of close calls with semis. I always keep a great distance away from them. So I'm not close upon this person at all. However, as we're waiting for the light to turn green, I noticed that the back door of the semi is getting closer to my vehicle. And I'm like, baby, do you see this? She's like, yeah. And as it's coming back to us, we basically get a little thump. And me and her both, we're in panic mode. And when she realizes you hit me, she gets out and she's just standing there. I was like, no, come here. Come here. We got to settle this right now. I was very calm. And as she's walking to me, the first thing I say is, oh my God, are you okay? I wasn't thinking like mentally, like, are you hurt at all? No. Are you guys hurt? I am so sorry. No, sweetheart, it's okay. It's a young woman. It's a young white woman. I'm not thinking anything about this being 15 years later. In the moment, I want to make sure, baby girl, are you okay? Yes. Okay. I'm okay. All right. So I get out. I check Big Body. Big Body got a couple of dents. That's it. From a semi, I'm going to always have a truck. Always. I'm never getting a car. And I was just like, oh my God. And I just had a wonderful time with the Lord earlier. And I guess he said, this would be a great time to see if she passed this test. And as I'm telling my story to my friend later on in the afternoon of what all happened, God did like this, ding. And I said, oh, I passed my test. I passed my test. No, wait. No, that what? Yes, I passed my test. Meaning, this was another white woman, another accident. And God knew I felt so bad for how I reacted and responded the first time. And God really been working on me in my responses. And God allowed me to see, you've been changed. I thank God that my baby was good and I was good. My truck was good. The truck driver, she was good. It was all good. And it just really let me know that when we walk this walk, and truly take the word to heart. Like literally, truly take the word to heart. We are able to see God do things a little different for us. And the turnaround of the responsibility that needed to be taken care of from the other party, from the truck owner, he paid everything that I asked for. At first, it was, oh my God, I feel like God allowed this to happen because he knew I was in a bind, and he allowed just a small thing. Like, yeah, that was one of them. But God just don't do one thing at one time. He does several. So he answered my right now prayer. And then he followed up with a very long time prayer. And then he let me know that you've been changed. And I can stand on God's word so heavy that he will change you. Get into the book of Acts, chapter 9, and read Saul's story. You like Saul? Paul, formerly known as Saul. And it was a thing that I'm like, I'm already naturally a nice person, but all about my kids. But even this time, God said, you actually don't have to even be that way when it comes to your kids. You can still be just the nicest, sweetest, kindest person that I tell you to be in the word anyway. The Bible says, even in arguments, even in your disagreements, be gentle with one another. So let's stop giving excuses for our bad behavior. Allow God to work on this on the inner side so that we can be better for his kingdom on the outside. I hope my little testimony resonated with you. And if it did, I know what to do. Ooh, give me that thumbs up. If you like, hey, I think somebody needs to hear this, share it. And as always, thank you so much for dropping in with your girl. I appreciate y'all so much. And until the next video, revamp and be blessed. Bye.